Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today we're going to continue on with Field of Glory Empires, a very, very good game. We have expanded here as the Arverni, but we just got this message. Messengers have arrived from Parisai. You should have spent more time on securing allies, Critolus. Now that's our ruler. Now we should join with Galai in defeating you. Well, as we left last time, the Galai had declared war on us. We can go ahead and click off this. It is a turn-based game, so nothing's going to really be flying around the map or anything. We don't have to pause it. So we just got done with a two-front war, which was we took over the Aduai right up here. We took their lands from them. But at the same time, the Aquitani had declared war on us, and so we were fighting in both the east and the west. Well, we got done with this. We thought, okay, that's great. Now we can turn our attention to the Aquitani. Unfortunately, the Galai up here have now declared war, and we're fighting two fronts, north and west. It is what it is. The Parisii are actually a client state of the Galai now. So the Galai have, kind of absorbed them in as a client state. Okay, so we're going to be fighting them. Now, Galai has been at war with the Venetai. And the Venetai, this helps a little bit, right? Because now you know, they also are fighting someone else, although it looks like they've really gotten the better part of this war to some extent. The Venetai have this region. So if you're ever wondering, the home region will be the kind of the back color here of who controls it. So the Venetai, if it's blue as like the background color, they control it. Um, it's their land, and then overspersed with these stripes, whatever you want to call them, are who is controlling it now. So in this case, the Galai. But anyway, so it's time to move our army. Well, we're going to have this part of the army that was running kind of back here. We're going to have them come up here and merge with this. I think what we'll try to do, and we'll see if we can pull this off, is we're going to go try to take on the Aquitani first, okay? And then we'll turn north to the Galai. Now, if we can pull this off, look at all of it. I mean, we will have almost put all of modern day France together. We'll see. This was not a really welcome development this early on. I wanted to settle down for a minute and start to build our culture, but we haven't been able to do that. Let's go up here. We just got a hemp field has been completed. Excellent. So we've got +6 food, +5 infrastructure. What can we build next? We could build a flax field. Okay, we could do a smokehouse, but it does need cattle. But we now have cattle. As a matter of fact, let's go look at our trade. Whoops, whoa. Well, if you ever want to know about something, you can go click on that button, the question mark. It tells you everything. Let's look at our trade goods now. And as you can see, by taking over the Aduai, we got this flax, we got nuts and seeds, honey, cattle, flax, and we got hemp. So we got, some good stuff. Like we haven't seen honey yet. We also got cattle. Now, there's cattle here, but we don't own this, right? But we still get the bonuses if it's next door. Always keep that in mind. Okay, now that we've taken a look at that, let's come back here, figure out what we want to build next. I don't really like any of these choices. We have a monument, we have a training ground, which does unlock heavy infantry and an Invectus heavy infantry, but we already have those units, so we're not really unlocking much there. So overall, I think I'm going to take. eh, I guess I'm going to take Smokehouse for now. We're going to get a pop in 8 turns. We can speed this up and maybe get it done in like 7 or 8 turns. It's going to be really slow going in this region. We fought off a raid here, so that was good. Down here we shuffled last time. So let's see what we got new. We've got +6 food, +5 infrastructure. What do we have up here? Well, we could do cattle, all right. Borvo Shrine, which would give us 3 health and 6 culture, including this bonus from nuts and seeds, which is right next door. We could do public works. Out of these, what do I like? Oration Tribune, we get a loyalty bonus of 6. This region already has a 96 loyalty. Doesn't seem great. We got another one of these training grounds, which we don't really need. So it's really between these two, I think. Although we could do another thing with cattle. Let's do a ranch, sure. Um, let's go to our home territory. We're building this armory. It's an armorer. This will give us a lot of equipment. So to the extent that we need to raise a really big army, we will have equipment for it. And that'll be done next turn. And then we'll have 3 military buildings, which will unlock level 2 for us to choose from. Now, we already have some level 2 buildings, but the game, we just started with those. So now we'll get the choices for those level 2 buildings. Unfortunately, we see here in Lemovicia that they did a raid and it was successful. So we were rated. That's going to last 5 turns. That's just such a killer. We've got a loyalty penalty, a food penalty, an infrastructure penalty. Let's just move on. I don't even want to think about what's happened in Lemovicia. Over here, we'll get an orchard in 6. All right, so I'm going to let the army sit here, kind of rest up. We're bringing these guys here. We'll wait to see what the Galli and the Parisii do at the start of this turn. Um, I guess we could try to make. Let's go to the diplomacy page and let's see if we can make an alliance. No, we cannot with Massalia. They want nothing to do with us. What's going on with the Celtici? I don't think they really like us either. Uh, yeah. Hold on. Let's go back to the Celtici. Yeah, we do not want to make an alliance with them because they are fighting Rome right now. Cancel that. I clicked on that and I was like, wait a minute. Whoa, I didn't mean to click on that. The chance was 22%. The main reason for that, right, is the Romans are right here. If we back up, you see that the Romans are now about to take over the Etruscans and the Boii. Let's hope they try to turn the corner this way, that the Reiti and the Celtici can hold them off. We've got a couple of buffers, but that is not encouraging when the Romans get that close because their troops are just so much better than everyone else's. But let's go ahead and play the turn. And again, we're going to have this army meet up here, and I kind of just want to see where is the Aquitani army. We haven't really seen them in a while. And I also want to see if the Galli are going to make some kind of move into our territory, because we're going to have to decide who to deal with next. Now, unfortunately, you're going to see here we have no bad tokens. You may say, why is that unfortunate? That means that we actually clicked over, clicked down into a lower, form of society or form of government. We're now an old tribal chiefdom. We were a stable tribal chiefdom. Uh, we can read more about that as we get over here. A change in the affairs of the nation. We have a new ruler. Oh, okay. Well, so Critolus has passed away. The Arverni citizens welcome their new ruler, Vabilatos. All right. We'll have to go check him out. And you see here, this is our progress. We just don't have enough culture going on. This is our decadence. Um, you know, we need to start working on that. I wanted to, but we keep getting forced into war, which really is the big problem when you're one of these Celtic Gallic tribes. Here's our new ruler, Vabilatos. He is a poor administrator, so we're going to be making less money, unfortunately. And he's poor military. Excellent. This guy. Well, let's hope that he passes away in the night. Something happens because we need a much better ruler than that. That is for sure. Okay, let's get out of here. Our nation is aging. Signs of decrepitude. Wow. And inefficiency are showing in our Verni. Yeah, I mean that's not a good thing. We are currently at war, and we're going to have to try to finish these wars and get our culture advancing. All right, we got hemp up there in 4. We got a smokehouse building, although that actually slowed down from last time. Remember this goldsmith? We've got that going on. We have an orchard and 2 there, a cattle ranch that's being built. We have cattle pens being built here. Now we have this little pop up. A wealthy citizen, pleased by your fair rule in Rodanus, which is the name of this region, donated some money to speed up current building construction. So we get +3 infrastructure added. Well, that's excellent, fantastic. We're going to get a new pop in 2 turns. When that happens, we'll throw them right down here and we'll get these cattle pens built. We fought off a raid here in Liger. If we come down here, it says Arverni has received an aging token and is now standing at -5. Ruler Cratolus has been found dead in the morning. The death was sudden, but probably natural. Probably natural, right? The health of ruler Cratolus has degraded to poor. Evidently, that happened first, right? Yeah, it's really poor. He died. Armor has been completed in Arvernia, and or Arvernia, Arverni. Arverni citizens welcome their new ruler. Okay, so we finished a building here. Let's go see what we have to choose from. We have got hemp fields, sanitation, so that gives us a health bonus. We've got Celtic Craftsman. All right. But this uses no slots, okay? And when we come down here, we've now used 8 out of our 10 building slots, and it's very, important to keep track of that. We could do archery, which, gives us certain uh, positive things when it comes to archer skirmishers. We have a furnace, which gives us money and metal. And a street parlor, which gives us money and culture. I think out of all of these right now, let's do the Celtic Craftsman and get that one in there. It does not cost a slot, and neither does Public Works. So we will be getting a lot of infrastructure for free things. As a matter of fact, why don't we move one of the slaves up there and get a pop in 4, Celtic Craftsman in 3. I like that. We have a new building here. What is it? Farm has been completed. Excellent. Okay, so we've moved up to +8 here on food, and we can build something new. Let's go see what we can build. I see cattle pens. I always go for cattle pens for the most part if they're available. Yeah, that's great. Let's build cattle pens there. That will give us food and infrastructure. And unfortunately, um, Santonia has been raided. It was successful. And as you can see, that will take 5 turns with all of those penalties. It's just a killer. There's just not a whole lot you can do about it. Our army is ready now. Why don't we march down here first and see what happens? Okay, there was a little Aquitani force there of 2. And you can see here their main army is back in their capital of Aquitania. It's 63, and they still have that good general. So, okay, that's fine. We'll take this back here. Interesting. So now who controls here? It is Aquitani. We may end up rolling down that way. and try to take that one. I also think, given how much gold we have and manpower that we built up, let's build some new units too. We want to kind of build the military up a little bit. A new decision is available: religious ceremony, raise loyalty, and reduce unrest with religious buildings. View. Religious ceremonies were already very important in ancient times. Worshipping had a wide range of practices, and people were prone to adopt the gods of other ethnicities if this could give them some supposed benefits. So we could add a feast to the calendar. A new day to feast and celebrate a divinity in an important event will be added to the calendar. Okay. And it says probably another one will be removed or abandoned in the future. All right. It gives a 5 + 5 loyalty bonus for 12 turns. If the region has no religious building like a cult site or a temple, productivity is slightly lowered. Okay. Sanctification decree. A pious, admirable religious man is elevated in sanctity. The resulting celebrations are sponsored by the state. It gives a +10 loyalty bonus to regions with at least one religious building. Democracy, democracies and republics only get a +5. Theocracies get a +15. In all cases, some money will be spent for religious building. I always kind of like this one, if I can do this one. Deification, a new deity, +5 loyalty in places that have a religious building. This is kind of the same idea. It's just like not to the extent over here. Um, let's do that one. Sanctification. Now, if you ever want to know what decisions are available to your people, they're right down here. So, gods of old, we just did that one. You can also develop infrastructures. This will bring up the decision, and you can pick one of these two. Have the workers work harder, pay extra in construction and materials. That costs a lot of gold. Okay. So we have a new religious ceremony on the way. What do we have here? We have conquered Durranius from the hands of the Aquitani. A battle has been fought in Durranius between our... Okay, we already knew all that, obviously. How do they have this arranged? Wow, they have a lot of food going on. Why don't we go down? Well, we can't build anything anyway, unfortunately. Sure. Let's put him in culture then. I mean, we just got a lot of food. We're going to be getting new pops very soon. And you need, so to build a new building, the reason this is blacked out, we have 3 things built right now. We only have 2 pops. And so you can only build a new thing equal to the number of pops that you have. So we'll just stick him in culture for now. What do we have here? An orchard in 6, cattle pens in 6. Several signs tell, okay, it's the winter month that's coming up. Arverni has received an aging token, so now we're still aging, and then we're going to have that religious ceremony. Okay. Celtic Craftsman in 2 there, by the way. Cattle pens, orchards, goldsmiths. What do we have here? There's a new pop in Elijah. They're +14 food now. We can move him down here. That just went from 15 to 6. If you see that, 15, 6. That's great. And it only moved us back 2 turns for a new pop. So that's excellent. Let's see. Hemp, Smokehouse, Goldsmith, Orchard. Okay, that all looks good. We talked about building, potentially building some units. Let's do that. What do we have out here right now? Let's go actually go look at our army. We have Ambactus heavy infantry. These are very unexperienced unexperienced, inexperienced troops out here. We have a couple of good, see, they're just 1 star. We have a couple of good heavy infantry or decent heavy infantry. They're 2. Warriors are 2. Our regular infantry, they're kind of And then our skirmishers actually have really good experience. Okay, what do we have here? What is this? No, that's not what I meant to pick. What is that? That is a regular infantry. Okay, so we kind of had him doing garrison duty. Let's pick here. I think I would like to get a little bit of a mixture, to be honest with you. Let's do a skirmisher. Let's do a skirmisher. Let's do a couple of horse. Now, these are all starting to turn out next turn because we've built up this region enough. So we'll get all of that next turn. What about a regular? Yeah, okay. We can get a regular infantry. I just don't want to get outflanked here because we only well, we do have 16 units. Um, let's do a heavy infantry. That'll be 3. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Let's run the turn. All right. So the Aquitani army is kind of taking off a little bit. I don't know where they're headed. It's not towards our territory. And as you see, I mean, we're in dead last place for our culture. We're still making money. We're still adding manpower. We're still adding metal. We're up to 10th place overall legacy ranking. As you see, we're now getting +9 because we took over the home of the Dewey. That gave us quite a bit of legacy. So we're +9 every turn. And we're shooting up this rankings and shooting down this rankings. So let's see where we get to here. We've got an orchard in 5. We cannot build here. We talked about that. Now, if I did move him up here, would we get that pop faster? Oh, wait a minute. It just says 1 turn. Okay. Uh, can't get it faster than 1 turn. We have a new pop here. That's always what the green little token is. There's new population in Lemovicia. Okay. We've got +10 food. We would get a new one in 7. Now we can bump that down to 3 turns. It went from 5 to 3. This went from 7 to 11. That's always the balancing act you're playing. Um, hmm. Let's just keep it up there. That's fine. Let's see, what do we have here? Within our Verney, the clergy is sanctified, an important historical figure. People rejoice. That's what we did last time. We will be getting a new pop here. We've almost got Celtic Craftsman. This all looks good to me. 12, 14. I mean, we're getting a lot of money, a lot of it from, that goldsmith, and just naturally, this is our capital. Tribal Council, Gambling Ring. Okay, that's all fine. We get a cattle in 11. We got a new pop up here. All right, that's good. So we'll drop him down there. Now we get cattle pins in 2 as opposed to 6. It does back up the pop from 5 to 7. That's perfectly fine. Wow. Okay, so we completed a farm here. We'll get another pop in a turn. No reason to bump him up here. As a matter of fact, why don't we put him down here? We're generating a lot of food. When we get that new pop, we'll put him there, build a new building. Uh, Now we've got a raid here. Gosh, we're just getting raided like crazy. Everything along the border has been raided at one time or another. Really slows us down. Now we have 2 cavalry, 3 regular infantry, and some skirmishers. Let's go put them in the army. We'll have them merge, and I think we can run the turn. The Aquitani are kind of moving here to the east. I'm not really sure why. Now they just moved back. Oh, crap. Uh, Interesting. Okay, Rapanator. These are just sort of rebels. Gosh darn it, they took that area too. Okay, well, we're going to have to wheel around here and take out both of them. Now we're up to 2 aging tokens here. Still, now we're running a negative balance in gold because we just lost that region. So now let's go down. Why can't I go down here? Oh, this is part of Emporia. Interesting. Okay, we got to go over here and take this back. We've got Arverni has received an aging token. Of course, we have. Celtic Craftsman has been built. And here we go, slave market. Now we definitely need this. It's too bad. That's a really nice choice, although we've got plenty of food. We also need an oration tribune. Unfortunately, we need to get that down there. But really, we really need this because we've got too many slaves in our capital province, and we've got to start selling them off. Rapinator, what a name. Okay, so they formed. We got to pop over here. Yeah, this is what we were talking about. We've got a lot of food in this area. So let's see what else we can build. Oration Tribune, Ranch, a weapons depot. We don't really need that. Um, I don't love any of these. Why don't we shuffle them? Let's see what we get next time. We fought off a raid up here. All right, let's get our army marching. Get them over there. Hopefully Aquitani won't come over here and try to attack us while this is going on. Oh, okay. So now we've been attacked by the Galli, and they've taken this region. Wow. Oh, and here come the Romans. Here they come. They have taken over some Celtic territory. Well, you see, we're moving up the culture and decadence as we lose regions, which is always kind of funny. Um, okay, let's click off there. This game is heating up. So we've got the Parasite and the Galli here. We've got this kind of pirate force of rebels. This has been raided. We got new buildings here. We can get a new building here. We shuffled. What did we get? We could do clean water. Yeah, we've got to do cattle pens here. Then up here, we got, what did we get? Caravan house. Oh, right. Okay, so this is giving us a lot of money. That's great. So we've got a lot of money, a lot of manpower. We're going to have to just start cranking out units. We're starting to get it from every side here. So they did the caravan house. They need a new pop to build a new building. We've reached max there. We've got a new building up here. Again, we need a new pop to build another building. So we got what was this? This was the hemp field. Okay. So we've got plenty of food coming out. All right. That's all fine. Let's build some more units. This game is very challenging as you start to get a little deeper into it. Let's do a skirmisher, regular, and a heavy infantry. We just need as many units as we can get. Okay, let's run the turn, see what happens. So we can go down here and take this back. And then, oh crap, he just moved out of there. Hopefully we can hold him off there with that. Oh, did we? Did we not? Skip. Yeah, we took that and he took that. That's just such a killer. And now the Aquitani are over here messing with us with Costamandus. Okay, as I said, it is heating up. We're up to sixth place overall. We keep taking all kinds of objectives. We've got another two negative aging tokens here. You start to get some really bad penalties if you fall below tribal chiefdom. Slave status and freedmen laws augment productivity or reduce unrest from slaves. Free some slaves. Okay. Improve slaves' rights. Unrest is reduced by 1. Places that have a slave market will suffer a penalty, a loyalty penalty, but we don't have one yet, right? Reduce slaves' rights, freedmen laws has a 50% chance of returning to a quieter state if at unrest, or 50% chance of converting a single slave to a citizen if not. Let's do that. Okay. Aquatani's got a really big army here. So let's go here first. Now we have a new pop up here. What are we going to do with that? Probably put it there in infrastructure. Maybe is it time to build a monument somewhere? Furnace, training ground, charcoal, Borvo. Oh shit, let's just do a Borvo shrine. I always hate to build those really. The people in Adushi felt that the abandoned local palace would be much more useful as a source of stones. Oh, wow. Okay. So they tore down the palace. Oh, great. Um, oh, we shuffled here. We've got a ranch. It's almost winter, as you see here. A raid worked there. Okay. What are we going to build here? Let's build, let's do some more heavy infantry. So we have 2 of those coming out. Now we're down to 84 gold. We have to be really careful because as you start to build up these army units, it really starts to soak your gold. Okay, this is what I thought was going to happen. Okay, so we're going to do away with these clowns. Perfect. Okay, so he's done for. Now, the Aquatani have marched to our capital here. So we went down 1 here. We keep gaining +8 for loyalty there. Okay, so they marched over here. They would have to put a siege on this. At this point, I question whether we might even have an army bigger or as big as theirs. So let's put them in 2. Let's say merge with them. Whoops. Merge, merge. Or I think you can just pick this up. It's been a while since I've done this. Hold on. Merge selected units. Right, that's what I want to do. Merge selected units. That's what I want to do. Um, Hold on. I know there's a way you can do this. It's very easy. Merge and merge. Okay, I'll figure that out in a minute. What kind of generals do we have here? We have Boerix, which is 0-1. He does have an attack bonus and a movement bonus, but only in open terrain. Okay, we're not in open terrain. So it kind of really leaves it to this guy. He's got a bad movement penalty, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, now then, let's. Why can't. I wonder if they can't merge because I'm in a besieged place. Because usually that's very easy to do. Um, you see here, we have a new Freedman law. Aquitania is invaded, and there's a new pop here. A lot going on. But we're going to deal with that all next time in the next episode. As I said, this war's heating up. It is not an easy game. Actually, we've done quite well so far. I think we'll be able to repel all of this. It's really just a matter of how far Rome starts to come west. So anyway, this is Strategy Gaming Dojo. I like this game a lot. Hopefully you do too. Hopefully you're learning something and you're enjoying it as well. So anyway, Strategy Gaming Dojo. I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.